Welcome back to Hope, Faith, and Joy Daily Devotion with me, Pastor Amanda. We are continuing with Daniel's visions in chapter 8. Let's begin by hearing the scripture. In the 3rd year of the reign of King Belshazzar, a vision appeared to me, Daniel, after the one that had appeared to me at first. In the vision I was looking and saw myself in Susa, the capital, in the province of Elam, and I was by the river Ulai. I looked up and saw a ram standing beside the river. It had 2 horns. Both horns were long, but one was longer than the other, and the longer one came up second. I saw the ram charging westward and northward and southward. All beasts were powerless to withstand it, and no one could rescue from its power. It did as it pleased and became strong. As I was watching, a male goat appeared from the west, coming across the face of the whole earth without touching the ground. The goat had a horn between its eyes. It came toward the ram with the 2 horns that I had seen standing beside the river, and it ran at it with savage force. I saw it approaching the ram. It was enraged against it and struck the ram, breaking its 2 horns. The ram did not have power to withstand it. It threw the ram down to the ground and trampled upon it, and there was no one who could rescue the ram from its power. Then the male goat grew exceedingly great, but at the height of its power the great horn was broken, and in its place there came up 4 prominent horns toward the 4th winds of heaven. Out of one of them came another horn, a little one, which grew exceedingly great toward the south, toward the east, and toward the beautiful land. It grew as high as the host of heaven. It threw down to the earth some of the host and some of the stars and trampled on them. Even against the prince of the host it acted arrogantly. It took the regular burnt offering away from him and overthrew the palace of his sanctuary. Because of wickedness, the host was given over to it together with the regular burnt offering. It cast truth to the ground and kept prospering in what it did. Then I heard a holy one speaking, and another holy one said to the one that spoke, "For how long is this vision concerning the regular burnt offering, the transgression that makes desolate, and the giving over of the sanctuary and host to be trampled?" And he answered him, "For 2,300 evenings and mornings. Then the sanctuary shall be restored to its rightful state." When I, Daniel, had seen the vision, I tried to understand it. Then someone appeared standing before me, having the appearance of a man, and I heard a voice by the Ulai calling, "Gabriel, help this man understand the vision." So he came near where I stood, and when he came, I became frightened and fell prostrate. But he said to me, "Understand, O mortal, that the vision is for the time of the end." As he was speaking to me, I fell into a trance, face to the ground. Then he touched me and set me on my feet. He said, "Listen, and I will tell you what will take place later in the period of wrath, for it refers to the appointed time of the end. As for the ram that you saw with the 2 horns, these are the kings of Media and Persia. The male goat is the king of Greece, and the great horn between its eyes is the first king. As for the horn that was broken, in place of which 4 others arose, 4 kingdoms shall arise from his nation, but not with his power. At the end of their rule, that when the transgressions have reached their full measure, a king of bold countenance shall arise, skilled in intrigue. He shall grow stronger in power, shall cause fearful destruction, and shall succeed in what he does. He shall destroy the powerful and the people of the holy ones. By his cunning he shall make deceit prosper under his hand, and in his own mind he shall be great. Without warning he shall destroy many, and shall even rise up against the prince of princes. But he shall be broken, and not by human hands. The vision of the evenings and the mornings that has been told to is true. As for you, seal up the vision, for it refers to many days from now." So I, Daniel, was overcome and lay sick for some days. When I arose and went about the king's business, but I was dismayed by the vision and did not understand it. In my Bible that I am reading from, it has a subtitle for this chapter, "Vision of a Ram and a Goat." To make this a little bit more clear for us today, think of it as a donkey and an elephant. Rulers are constantly going head to head, just as political parties are always trying to be the one in charge. That has never changed. The cry that Daniel hears in his vision is one of many people today. How long? How long can we endure the infighting? How long can we endure the richer getting rich and the poorer getting poor? How long do we have to deal with these powers that have nothing to do with our well-being and only look out for themselves? And yet, there is hope that things can turn around and these powers can work together, or at least somebody will finally come into power with God's kingdom in mind and not their own personal gain. They can do something different with their power. But as it says here, it takes a long time. 2,300 nights, it says. But I also think it's important to take notice that Daniel has to have an interpreter for his own dreams. Even though he is an interpreter, he needs help. And it's important for all of us to recognize that we need somebody from the outside to help us understand when we have dreams of the future. Because it's very easy for us to misinterpret our dreams to our own advantage or to our own bias. It's very important that when we think about the future, we can be overcome by what we see, and Daniel shows that too. But it's important to have others with us as we think to the future. Because yes, there are going to be hard times, but there's also going to be good times. So who do you seek out to help you think about the future? Thanks for joining me, and I will see you in the next Hope, Faith, and Joy Daily Devotion.